Okay, our last section about cells and their parts. We're going to talk a little bit about movement. Now, this does not pertain to human cells, animal cells, plant cells. Humans, animals, we have legs to move around. Plants, they're rooted into the ground, so they do not move. So we are talking about single-celled organisms. They do not have legs, they do not have arms. So then how in the heck do they move around where they need to go? Well, they have one of two parts usually. And those two parts, they're either going to be cilia or flagella. Okay, so our cells, heart cells, lung cells, liver cells do not have these because we're a multicellular organism. Again, we're just talking single-celled organisms. The cilia is a short hair extension found all over the membrane. Okay, and then you have the flagella, which is a long extension coming off the end of the cell itself. The cilia move by beating, like beaters on a mixer, and the flagella move by whipping. And I'll just kind of draw a picture to show you that. Okay, so let's say we have a cell. And most of the single-celled organisms, they're living in water. Ponds, lakes, the river. Okay, so we're talking about things living in water. Cilia just looks like this all over. And there's the flagella. And there may be two flagella. Okay? Cilia, flagella. Flagella. The word has three L's. Long. L. Long extensions. Cilia. Granted, it's a C, but sounds like an S, so think short. Cilia, short. So that's how you can remember the difference between cilia and flagella, found in single-celled organisms. So these things we can only see under the microscope. Okay, let's discuss organization of cells. Cells are the smallest unit of life. If you go smaller than a cell, it's not living. Atoms are not living. Molecules are not living. You have to put all those things together to make the cell. And if you go smaller than a cell, you have those cell parts we just talked about, all those organelles. Go smaller than that, and then that's where you get the molecules and the atoms. But cell is the smallest unit of life. Cells will hook together and become a thin layer known as tissue. So if we took like a thin top layer off of your heart, that's a tissue of your heart. Organs. You stick a bunch of these tissues together and make it really big and really thick, you have an organ. So many layers of tissue come together and they'll perform a certain function as an organ, like your stomach, your lungs, your liver, your heart. And you hook all these organs together, you have an organ system, aka a living creature. Cells come together to form tissues, tissues come together to form organs, organs come together to form organ systems. So that's the organization from cells to a living organism.